Hey there YouTube, Mountain Boy here. Today I want to talk about my Mystery Ranch In-N-Out 22 travel backpack. I've had this for about a year now. I've taken a couple trips with it, and I just want to kind of give you an update on how I like it, any wear and tear issues, anything that I've kind of learned from it. So kind of first of all, I'll kind of talk about my philosophy of use. Mostly for me, I've used this as like a travel backpack, and in so much as I've got like a, kind of like a fairly generic 40-liter duffel backpack that lives in there along with my packing cubes and, kind of travel stuff. And then the idea being I kind of get to where I'm going, I take this out, and then this is what I use to kind of go around town or go hiking, do different things. And there's like 3 trips I think that I've taken that I think is kind of really indicative of how I've used it and kind of good demonstration. First, I did like a trip to Vegas. I'm not a big gambler, so I actually go hiking, and there's some amazing hiking around the Vegas Valley, like Valley of Fire, Red Rocks, and then all sorts of kind of cool slot canyons and stuff like that that go down to the Colorado. I teamed this up with a 2-liter hydration bladder that there's a sleeve built into the back. It works really well. And that was like a really kind of nice setup. There's, especially in a lot of the slot canyons, there's a lot of scrambling, a lot of movement. You're rubbing up against rock and boulders, and this did really well. I will say what I did kind of miss about it was there's no frame sheet in this. There's no structure to it. So it lies directly against your back. And especially with the bladder, I did find I got that, kind of bladder size sweat stain on my back. So there's nothing there to kind of provide ventilation or kind of keep things off your back. But, that's this payoff to be able to fold this up into this reversible pocket and, have something that easily stows away. Finally, I actually just got back from 2 weeks in Asia. Like, we were on like 7 planes, 1 bus, 1 train, and innumerable scooters, little motorcycles that you use there instead of cabs, or you rent them yourself. And I'll say one of the things I really learned about this and really like about it is the harness system. I think a lot of these packs tend to have the shoulder straps very close together, and then they radiate out. This one I like a lot because, I don't have the widest shoulders in the world, but it fits wide on my shoulders. The straps kind of come down over my arms and then down. Like with the travel packs that have the yoke where it's a smaller yoke, they cut across just the top of my arms, and you get a lot more shoulder fatigue, and it kind of cuts up underneath your armpits. So I was in this pack a lot. We would kind of gear up for the day. I'd put my sunscreen, my glasses, my passports, all the little things I needed for the day. And this was on my back all day long. And I have to admit, these shoulder straps are great because they are padded. They're very ergonomic. But you can see they're an open mesh, so they breathe really well. I was pretty much having to wear this all the time. Especially where you're in like little restaurants, the floors are not the cleanest, or you're on scooters. You don't want to put anything down, so you're going to be living in this thing. It worked really well. I also used it in conjunction with my Patagonia Stealth chest pack, and that really worked well. Especially like 2 days we rented scooters and we did long drives, and it was great because everything was right at my chest level, my sunscreen. I even, was able to kind of keep my passport in there, so I could always just touch it and feel it and know I've kind of got the stuff that I need in place. As far as the wear and tear, I'll just kind of go over it. As far as places, where you'd expect to have problems, in the bottom, it's got a double bottom to it. There's no holes, nothing like that. Similarly, another kind of high wear area is in the water bottle pocket, because, you stick your Nalgene in here, you thump it against a rock, and it breaks the mesh. I've got a couple backpacks that have just like little holes in it there. This is like a double layer. It's one piece of fabric they folded over, so it's really 2 layers of fabric thick. And I think that does it to where, you can thump this thing around and you can see here there's no holes, there's nothing. It's really pristine. The one problem I did have was with the top closure loop. There's like a little piece in here that slides up and down and locks this string in place, and that just popped out on me one day. And man, I spent like an hour trying to get this little thing back in. I just couldn't do it. I don't know, they must have someone at the factory who that's all they do. And eventually I just gave up. Which kind of the good news is when I got back, I contacted Mystery Ranch. I sent in pictures of it, and within 2 days I had a brand new one sent to me. I need to send this one back, but it just really shows kind of the level of their warranty and the level of their commitment that Mystery Ranch has. So I have to admit, I'm becoming a bit of a Mystery Ranch fanboy. As far as the In-N-Out 22, yeah, I still give it a double thumbs up. There's, of everything else I see in the market, it just seems like they're just a lot more cheaply built. They're just so simple that it just really is just kind of like a bag that hangs off your shoulders rather than a backpack with a good harness and good straps that really distribute the weight well. So yeah, I'd still highly recommend this. I think as far as my favorite features on it is how the shoulder straps fit, these pockets that does give you kind of some really nice accessible organization. And then just the resiliency of the materials. So thank you for watching this. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments, or if you've got any experiences you want to share, just let me know. Thank you very much. Mount Boy out.